Good evening, good evening, good evening. Noswaith, hello. First of all, forgive me if my voice sounds a little hoarse and croaky during this video. I have got, I think it's a cold stroke, winter flu stroke, whatever. It's not man flu because, I'm out of bed. So, man flu's serious. Don't ever let anyone tell you otherwise. So here we are. We're on this game again, Age of Empires Legends, which is another way of saying feet there at the ends of your legs. But sorry. So forgive me. This is I am weary. It's just I've had one of those weeks where basically all I've done is go to work, get home, and go to sleep, and it's not been much fun. I'm still flagging now, which hopefully will come to an end sometime soon. Anyway, so we're here because there is a new event. I still feel this game's very underdeveloped. The thing I keep getting is the chat feature. There's no global chat. There's nothing bringing players into the game at the moment. I think that's going to be a big issue for this company moving forward. If they don't address it soon, I suspect that the game will die on its feet. And I can't imagine that this has been a cheap game to produce because it's using characters from the actual TV shows, etc., etc. So, that seems a bit mad. But there we are. Anyway, there's a new event out. Let's just quickly, before we go into the event, let's just have a quick flick through the regular things. So there is a legendary assault on here, which is Rhaegal. So I can do an absolute ton of damage to Rhaegal because he's green and red is my strongest colour. So I will be doing that in a moment. I think I might have already done a video on it. I've lost track a little bit because a lot of these games do blur together a little, to be fair. Silver mines and all that kind of stuff, the base is just developing nicely. It appears you can develop your base beyond level 20, which I did not expect, but that's fine. We'll see what level we can go up to. I don't know what the upper limit is. I assumed it would be 20 and stop, but it does appear you can develop beyond that. And as I mentioned earlier on, we have this event. So the event is called Assault on Rook's Rest. It introduces a few new concepts. We'll have a look at them in a moment. But before we do anything much else, there is a ton of summoning to do because basically the game just threw free summons at us because it's a brand new event. So let's see what we get. So I'm going for the standard rule of summon, try and do 10 summons so you're guaranteed a gold. So let's see which gold I get. Ba-choom! So I got some of Sunfire and some of Aegon the Second Targaryen. I have no idea who he is. I've not seen this series at all. Second summon, pew! There do appear to be only 2 gold, so I would say I'm pretty much guaranteed with the number of summons I've got to get at least one of them unlocked, but it'll only bring them to level 1, so they won't be in use, etc., etc., but I'll probably get some more. Sunfire is said to be the most beautiful dragon ever seen upon the earth. Oh, he boydy. I don't know, he isn't that pretty, is he? He's kind of like, yeah, I'm not seeing it. I'm just not seeing it. That's not a particularly attractive-looking dragon. It's not like Puff the Magic Dragon. I mean, he's gorgeous. Him hot. Anyway, there we are. So there we are. So I unlocked him, and I got a lucky thing there. So and I've still got summons to go. Look, I'll probably use up all my summons this time and see where we go. Weekend special collects. That's apparently on something else. What game was that? Anyway, there we are. So I might be able to get him up to level 2, which is at least reasonable. I'll probably level him up if I can get level 2 because he is blue, and I could do with some blue, some better blue heroes. Wow, that's just taking the mick. That's just taking the mick. I got him level. Anyway, there we are. So he's only up to level 1, so I probably won't bother leveling him up right now because I got plenty of other heroes to level up, etc., etc. So jumping into the game itself, we can go into. As I say, I can hit the dragon. I won't do that now because. Well, I'll tell you shit. I'll do one hit. Forgive me if I may have already done this. As I said, the games are blending together somewhat, and I'm still sort of waiting for that game that really captures my interest, and I just haven't quite got it yet. But I'm sure one will turn up in good time. So with this, because I am, I've got a very strong red team. I can go for 5 red heroes. All of whom are reasonably strong. I mean, obviously, Alistair Thorne is the strongest, But they're all, there's several reasonably strong, so ranging from 80 to 40,000. So it's strong enough that I would just take them. The dragon is green, so all of my tiles, all my red tiles will do a ton of damage. So looking at it here, here's Rhaegal. You can't stun them on this. There's no sort of, it's a case of you just have to go for it. So each of those hits, this is one thing I will say, it's very hard to see exactly how much each tile is doing because they all sort of jump together. There was a 13,000 hit there. I think it sort of counts the damage for each red tile for each hero, which the other games sort of combine them together. So it's a little tricky to go like, oh yeah, that tile did X damage. So like these three, right? So 3 red tiles, boom. There were several scores there, and it's going to be the same here. Boom. All I can generally judge it by is how much damage is done at the end, and then I'll look at it and go, ooh. And generally I do go, ooh, because it's surprising how much I can do. Only with the green dragons at the moment, I am pretty much I'm pretty much guaranteed if I get a play to be Hand of the King in my alliance, which is nice, my Lord Hand. But only green dragons because red is my strongest colour by a country mile, and everything else is a bit like. Meh. So here we go, Rhaegal taking the pain. I've not got the other thing. I've not quite got the hang of some of the specials. Some of them are like deals attack damage, down damage, and it's one of those. I'm still not entirely convinced that I want to actually take the time to learn what they all do. That's where I am with this game at the moment. It feels like it's really lacking in community, and that's going to be a big thing moving forward. If the game doesn't develop a community, it will die. It doesn't matter how much you're trading on the Game of Thrones franchise. Excuse me. If you haven't developed that community, nobody's going to care that much. So yeah, I like it on the whole as a puzzle game. It seems a bit different. Like I said, I kind of got bored of puzzle combat, way bored of Empires and Puzzles, which has gone back a long time. But there was kind of a need for a new game, but the new game would have to have. I mean, the key features in a lot of ways for Empires and Puzzles and puzzle combat was the chatting, the sort of global chat. And without that, these games feel very hollow. I can chat with people in my alliance, but I've checked. It's been a good month or so since anyone really sent them a message, and the players are still playing. It's just that they're not that. What are you going to talk about? Oh, you hit a dragon. Yeah, me too. Good. There's no. What's the target? Which hopefully in time will develop, but who knows? Who knows? Anyway, so here we are, 3 seconds left. Here's my attack done. Boom! So nearly 2 million damage done, which obviously is going to make me the Hand of the King. I'm Great Lord at the moment, 3 attacks like that, and I'm Hand of the King guaranteed, 2 probably. So I'll do that later on. Let's just quickly jump into the event itself, which is what prompted me to do this video. Excuse me, sniffling there. As I say, I'm really sorry, I'm a bit bunged up and coldy. So I can see I'm first on the one, second on this one. Treacherous, probably room to push a little bit more. Kingslayer, it's harder on obviously the more difficult levels. I look at this one and I can see my scores range from 61-ish thousand down to 53. So obviously I'll focus on the 53,000 ones first. It's quite nice in that sense, in that it's quite easy to see where your scores can be dramatically improved straight away. I'm using Aletha Thorne. He's not a particularly aggressive hero. This is where the Scorpions come in. So the Scorpion, this event is a bit weird because you've got a dragon that is on your side. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'm going to call him Bill for now. So Bill will periodically appear and attack my opponents. But at some point, Bill will also be shot by the Scorpion thing. So Bill is here. Then Bill's just done his thing. He sets them all on fire. And then whilst Bill is doing that, the Scorpion, which is the crossbow, but I'd call it a ballista technically, is firing arrows at Bill, and that does a certain amount of damage to Bill, resulting in Bill eventually his attack values go down, and eventually he gives up his attack. Oh, and I've still got 2 greens here. I probably probably want to drop a green hero. Who have I've left out? Yeah. See, this is the other trouble. You have to watch what heroes you're taking with you, because this isn't the best team I could take for this. I've left a very strong hero behind. I've left my what's his name? The one of the Targaryens, Joffrey. I've left Joffrey Targaryen behind, which is not ideal. Joffrey Targaryen, good hero to have. In events, I would say, from what I've seen, because he hits everyone, and hit everyone heroes are particularly useful in events, or at least hit 3 heroes. Snipers, the ones who only hit 1 person, are not so useful, because you want to be knocking these guys out quick. And yellow was obviously a colour I should have taken here. So this I doubt will beat my previous score. This young fellow will die, and then the Scorpion is still standing, but Scorpion dies. Scorpion dies immediately you get to it if you haven't once you've killed everyone else anyway. So, and it's quite hard to target the Scorpion. So which one was that? It was the 5th. Yeah, we're at number 5. So right, let's try it again. As I say, with all these things, it's trying to improve your score. I know Alicent Hightower is slightly stronger than Marjorie Tyrell, but Marjorie Tyrell's combination thing with Joffrey Baratheon does make them both stronger. It's a boost there, which is why I'm going to go with them. It might not be the right decision. Also, Marjorie Tyrell heals everyone. Alicent Hightower is more focused in her healing, and I always prefer healing everyone. It just makes everything easier. Healing does matter on events. This is rubbish board to begin with. Healing does matter on events because if you can heal your characters up, it keeps them alive. Also, you get more points if they've got more health, which is kind of crucial there. So this is what I mean. He will add a shield to this guy, but he also detracts, I believe, some health from somebody else. It's all a bit random, and some of it's a case of I haven't learnt the special skills because I've just kind of gone with who I've got. Because that's how it is. The shard system for getting heroes, I'm not an enormous fan of it. I'm used to the Empires and Puzzles puzzle combat version where you get a hero and then it's you need special stuff to level them up, and in some ways that works better. The sort of you can get all the heroes, but you need shards to make them any good. Yeah, it doesn't appeal so much. So this is, you can sort of see that I gained about 3,000 or 4,000 there, so I can still gain quite a lot on this leaderboard. So I will probably focus on this as time goes on. It's looking at your scores, playing for speed, playing for combinations. Look at your scores. Look at the ones that are obviously lower than all the others, and those are the ones to focus on. You will have probably noticed as I was flicking through that number 14 is low. There's a few exceptions. I say exceptions. So when I click on this one, Sunfire is here. The king rallies to our cause. What is he doing up here? Sunfire can't endure this combat. We must subdue the king and return him to safety before he gets himself killed. So I don't know if Criston Cole sounds like. I don't know what he sounds like. So for the purposes of this video, he sounds a little bit like, in my head, Mickey Mouse, but probably not like Mickey Mouse at all. But so, because the dragon is blue, so I'm going with 2 green heroes. Unfortunately, my 2 green heroes are both healers, so I won't get any attack bonus per se. There's no yellow strong against no one, and red, I'll take Alice of Thorn, but it might be the wrong decision. So basically, I'm looking at the colours and sort of thinking it through-ish. But there is a very large element of going like, yeah, I think that'll work. On some of these missions, like this one in particular, because I'm facing off against another dragon instead of a ballista named as a scorpion, that my dragon's health goes down all the time, as does their dragon. I don't. It's sort of still a case of just flinging tiles at the thing until it dies or I die, and I say I've marginally coloured stacked, but I've not gone mad. There's no green tiles here, sort of very few green tiles floating themselves. My hero Tormund, who's my purple one, is the one who kind of goes everywhere because he's my best hero and he does a lot of damage. So he's one that's going to be coming with me all the time. He does seem a bit overpowered at the minute. It's hard to say for certain because, as I say, the game is kind of I'm still learning it in a lot. Well, I suppose I'm still. I know the basics, but it still feels like not. Perhaps I'm learning it, but the game is still being developed. Would be more accurate. So there we are. I wasn't paying attention, and you can see how suddenly he's just dead, and and suddenly the leaderboard where I was quite way behind. Well, still a little way behind, but it's a perceivable amount I could recoup. And in terms of the rewards, it's probably, he says, probably worth me trying to push myself up if I can. If I stay if I stay in the top 10, I'll be happy, which should be safe enough. It'd be nice to be in the top 3. There is quite a jump from 3 to 1, from 3rd to 1 in terms of what you get. A reasonable jump from 3rd to 2nd, but the big jump is if you land first. So we'll see how it goes, and I'm going to keep fingers crossed, touch wood, and see where we end up. But as I say, the main thing which is going to be affecting my scoring overall is just my general lethargy and slightly under the weatherness at the moment. So we'll see how we go. But anyway, there we are. So as ever, thank you very much for watching. Do please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And it just remains for me to say, Hova, goodbye, and may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care. Goodbye.